let's talk about RICO. Anyway, RICO, the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act. That is one of the counts that Diddy, Love, finds himself facing. So what is that? Of course, we talked about that. The easiest way to describe it is go back and watch New Jack City when Wesley Snipes is sitting up there screaming CMB. That's all we got. It's a organization that you think is legal that's doing some illegal shit underneath it. That is what RICO is. So we're talking about what Diddy is looking at under a RICO charge. Let's say he's able to beat the sex trafficking charge and beat the prostitution, he still has RICO. The reason the government likes RICO so much is they can bring together a bunch of unrelated criminal activity under the RICO umbrella. So when you start looking at RICO, the first thing that you look at is the base offense level. And remember that chart? You look at the base offense level and all of a sudden you notice that the base offense level of a RICO is 19. You're like, that's not bad. 30 to 37 months is what he's looking at. Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. Well, the problem with that is to prove RICO, you have to prove what are called two predicate offenses. Two predicate offenses. Predicate offenses are underlying criminal activity that you are trying to tie in together. It's sort of like money laundering to fund terrorism. So they told us what the predicate offenses are in old Diddy's indictment. What are the predicate offenses? Sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, obstruction of justice. They got to prove two of those. So let's say for argument's sake, let's just pick one. They're able to prove kidnapping. What the guideline says is RICO either starts at a base offense level of 19 or the offense level applicable to the underlying racketeering activity. So we pick kidnapping. What's the base offense level of kidnapping? 32. Bye-bye 19. In sync, bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye 19. We're there, and so now we're at a level 32. You're like, all right, well, level 32 is still better than if he gets convicted of sex trafficking. Not so fast, my friend. Because once you start, remember we said it's the base offense level, and then we start talking about enhancements. What are those enhancements? If the victim was sexually assaulted or exploited as a result of the kidnapping, go up 6 levels. 32 plus 6, 38. If a dangerous weapon was used, 2 points. If the person was hurt and or injured, 2 points. So let's say we go from 32 to 36, we add 2 on it, we're at 38. And don't forget what we talked about, the role enhancement, because we're talking under RICO. If you are the leader of an organization, you got 4 more, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. And that's just cursory look. Don't forget the one thing I told you also. And if you look at our chart, that fucking chart only goes up to 43. So that's what we're looking at. So even if, and I think there is a chance that you can, believe it or not, that you can fight the sexual exploitation. You can fight the trafficking charge and you can say maybe there's not coercion. Maybe I'm just a dick and I just like to beat on people, but I didn't use it to coerce them to do any type of trafficking. You still got to worry about the RICO charge. And if they're able to prove 2 of those predicate offenses, he's no longer looking at level 19 for RICO. He's looking at the 32 for kidnapping, and he's looking at 42 to 43. And where are we at? Right back at that 42, 360 to life. Take that, take that, take that, take that, take that. Fuck.